Hey everyone, John Raitt back with another episode of Design and Invest. In this episode, I am going to be talking solely about my personal flip over here in Encino, California. Behind me is that property. It's the Clemens property. I briefly spoke about this in the first episode. Now we're going to go dive into the details of how I came about this and the financials on this and just sort of break down the investment side of this. This property came across my desk by a realtor, Richard Schulman. He does a lot out here in Encino, and one of his team members, Mona, contacted me to do the staging for this property, or at least to give a staging proposal. So I walked the job and I gave them a proposal. The place needed a lot of work, so staging was pretty important for that. They passed on me for that one for whatever reason. I gave them a really good bid, but I looked back at the property and said, hey, whatever happened to that property? I looked it up and Googled it. They had staged it. They used another person. They didn't do a very good job at it, and so it was probably a cheaper bid is what they got. But needless to say, I revisited the property and I saw that the price on it. My wife looked over my shoulder and said, hey babe, this is a really good property. Like, the price is really good. And I was just looking at it to see who they had picked and how the staging looked on it. And so I looked at the details for the pricing. They listed it at 1,325. And then immediately after 2 weeks, they put a price reduction of $100,000 on it. And then another price reduction after 1 month of $50,000. So now it's at 1,125 or thereabouts. And when you read something like that, there's a very good chance that it's probably they need to sell really bad. So I sent the link to one of my go-to realtors and said, hey, can you look into this? Let me know what this fully fixed up, what this would go for. And so he's got that in his plate now. The very next day, I go to walk Way East property. Also, she's in the first episode with the property that I did for her. And so I was walking that property with her, and the agent she's using to buy the property was Richard Schulman's team. And so I ran into Mona's assistant there, and it was just so serendipitous. Like, I was just looking at that property the night before and analyzing it and checking it out. And here's the realtor the next day with one of my clients, and I'm like, this is a sign. Okay, so hey, I asked her, I was like, give me the down low on this property. Why such aggressive price reductions? And are these sellers motivated? And come to find out, it was a really lovely couple who are elderly. The wife had cancer and she was taking treatments. They had, there are some stairs in this property, so it wasn't really good for them. So they moved out to like the Wilshire corridor. And yes, they did need to sell. And so I said, okay, well, I'm going to throw you an offer. So I wrote up an offer with one of my business partners, and we wrote it up at $1 million. And so they're probably not going to go with that. So we ended up settling in at $1,060,000, but they didn't have any other offers. So I mean, like, it was a bit of a low ball, but they did need to sell, and we were the buyers. The poor lady in the middle of escrow ended up passing away due to her complications to cancer. And so very unfortunate, but hey, the way I look at it is I helped them out. They had no other offers on the table. At least she passed away knowing that the property was going to sell and her family was going to be okay. I'm assuming. I don't really know their financial situation, but I'm sure that peace of mind, it would set me at ease at least. So that's the financials of this property. This property is 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, and it has a pool, and it's a really beautiful layout, and I'll walk you through and you'll see that in a second. But the financials on the renovation, we had budgeted putting about $120,000 into renovating it. That spiraled a bit. We had to fire the contractor that we had hired for this one. It was like a ghost town. He was never here, so I had to let him go and just sub everything else out. So it did balloon. The job is going to be more like $150,000, $160,000 at the end of the day, but that's really what it was going to cost anyways. I was just being cheap in the beginning and not projecting this at the right sort of renovation cost. So 160, let's call it for the renovation cost. The market is going crazy up here. Homes that aren't even fixed up are selling for 1.4, 1.45. That's not even fixed up with the same sort of square footage and the same bedroom count and bathroom count with pools. This property is pretty special because it has views, and we're really capitalizing on those views. We increased the size of that top window up there to 9 feet, so really that's out of the master, and it's beautiful canyon views of the San Fernando Valley, and so we're gonna go in right now and we're gonna give you a little tour of the house, and I'll talk about some finishes and things that we're doing. Facade is gonna be smooth stuccoed in bright white. The windows are gonna be black. Well, they are black, brand new windows we put in, and the casings around them I'm gonna keep. I already pre-painted those black, so the stucco guys just tape around them, and when they're done, they're gonna be beautiful. The eaves are gonna be white, fascia board white. We're gonna repaint those. I am gonna make this sort of underneath this eyebrow where the garage is. Everything around the garage and the garage itself is black, or a really, really dark brown. It's almost black. This paint here is actually that exact color that it's gonna be. So this whole space underneath there is gonna be black. And then the landscaping, we're gonna paint all of this brick black, and then we're going to do some plants inside of those sort of pockets right there, and then just put some wood chips or some gravel up here. I haven't really decided yet. You know, some nice tropical plants as well. There's some existing trees here that work nicely, and off of the balcony up there, they really like just kiss the balcony. It looks beautiful. It kind of cascades down. You'll see that in a second. I'm chopping off the arch on that mailbox, and I'm putting a mailbox down lower over where that address number is, just right on the front. It's gonna look really nice. Okay, so let's go inside. So there's stairs here. There's a entrance straight off of the street from the back of the property, because this is on a hill. This is probably the only negative of this property is the stairs, but it's really not that bad. I put a really awesome pivot door in here. A 6-foot pivot door. I mean, it's beautiful. I'll close as you can see. I mean, this door is something really special. So let's go inside. We had all the walls, they were like a nasty orange peel, so we had them all smooth. The painters are coming in now in a couple days to paint. We did a smart home system, and we have a server rack in this closet right here with all the smart home equipment, the cameras, the security system, a UPS drive in case there's a power outage, everything. So we have 4 different zones here, speaker zones, and we have Lutron switches, a lot of cool smart home features. See the cords are hanging down, that's going to be speakers. Recessed lights throughout. This is the office. So this room right here is the living room. And then this, we're putting 2 double barn doors right there, opening to the left and opening to the right. This will be an office. And we're staging, I mean, this over here built in, that whole wall is going to be like a really dark charcoal. And it's going to all read like a really nice built-in. We're going to put some plants on the top there. We're going to deck this out as like a little coffee station, you know. And then over here some chairs, but this whole wall is going to be great. It's really cool. The balcony with the views that I was talking about of the valley, they look even better upstairs. And here's these trees that kiss the deck right here, so that it doesn't obstruct anything. They need to be trimmed a little bit, but they're really beautiful. And so let's walk over here to the pool outside. This is going to be the dining room right here, the space right here with the coffered ceiling right there. Really cool fixtures. The light fixtures I have here are awesome. I did linear diffusers. I changed out all the registers to linear diffusers. Here's going to be the dining room. All wood floors we're putting in, engineered wood. Pool needs to be clean, but it is a very sexy shape. It really takes advantage of this backyard. The ivy, I mean, we experienced like 115-degree heat last week, so ivy up and down the hills over here is just dying off, but this will grow back in no time. We might need to Photoshop it for the photos, but you know, so be it. Beautiful oak tree over here that really is well placed. It's beautiful. Over here, from right here, where you see this break in the concrete, we're gonna put all fake grass back here. So you give this backyard a kind of a yard, and also we're going to stage furniture on top of it so it's useful. This used to, where this black wall is right here, this used to be really ugly, you know, the sort of glass bricks. And so what we did was we cut them all out, and then we built this this sort of reclaimed wood. I was going to stain it, but it looks cooler black. It needs to be cleaned. But the whole point of this, I know it looks strange right now, but I'm going to be putting plants inside of here, cascading out fake succulents. And then also on the top, there's a crevice here, and they're gonna trickle off the top and cascade down. It's gonna look amazing afterwards, and it's a really unique feature. This is my flip, so I wanted to take some liberties and do some fun stuff to it, which are gonna go over nicely. All the brick on the top are all gonna be painted black. They already kind of started. And then all the stucco back here. I'm not gonna do smooth stucco throughout the property because that'd be very, very expensive, but this property is very big. So this is a thicker knockdown, but it's fine. I'm gonna just paint it all white. Painter start soon. All of this is gonna be white. We've got speakers out here. We have cameras right here. We have all the smart home stuff hooked up. And in here, we retiled the fireplace and extended it all the way over here. It used to end, there was a built-in right here, all the way up. And so it extended. Now we're making the, we kept one built in here, put all the cabling down here, so you can put your DVR and all that stuff in here, DVDs. And I'm gonna have this refaced with the gray that we're doing on the cabinet, so it'll look a lot cleaner. There's white quartz topped right here. We're gonna fill that fireplace in with glass. And we already mounted the TV brackets and all the cabling and Cat 6 and all that stuff. These really cool beams I left. They're fictive, but we're just gonna paint those dark gray. Kitchen here, it already had, I didn't change the layout of where the stuff is really. I changed the location of the fridge, the stove was where it was, the oven is where it was, but I put all new cabinets, all new everything, down to the drywall. And so we waterfalled this island. This will seat 3 comfortably, and the range is right in the middle of it. But we did a thick miter edge right here. So this is about 3.5 inches. And so it really just shows nicely. The quartz, the way that they come, they stack them. So it's like back to back stacked, and it just looks pretty ugly. Got a really good deal on the Jan Air package from my go-to appliance company, Waadt Appliances. They're in Van Nuys. They've been around forever. And this one I bought online, this fridge. It looks a lot more expensive than it is. This is only $3,400. It's actually a freezer to the left and a fridge to the right. I'll open them both up. It is Frigidaire Professional. It is a Frigidaire Professional, so not the nicest of brands, but I took off the logos that were in each corner, and I got the grill package and the pro handles, so the pro handles match. And this looks now like almost a Sub-Zero. I know it's not a Sub-Zero, but it looks like a lot more expensive fridge than what it really is. And then we have the pro handles on the Jan Air oven, and the microwaves on top, built in. I'm doing matte black finish for everything. The faucets, even the sink is matte black, super filthy right now. The Schluter trimmer on the tile. We use Porcelanosa for the backsplash. I love using their tile. They do beautiful, beautiful tile. Not cheap, but it's beautiful here. And we did a combination of veneer, grayish sort of taupe cabinets, flat paneled, and then a combination of uppers that are white thermofoil, and these ones glass, so put some nice accessories in there. Some floating reclaimed wood looking shelves over here in the corner. This will be sort of the coffee station. We'll put some teas up there and some plants and really jazz it up. We have a trash on the right. We have 2 spice racks. So to either side of the oven top. One is for small stuff, small spices, and the other side is for bigger sort of jugs and fish sauces and olive oils and things like that. So it's real nice chef's kitchen. And then this one is a really deep drawer for pans and such. And a lot of people, they put the electrical sockets on the receptacles, GFIs on the sides of the countertops, but since we waterfalled this, that would look like crap if we put the receptacles on the sides, so we put them in the front. You do need at least 1 for an island like this. I put 2 for purposes of someone wants to put a blender or whatever. It's really convenient. And over here, we put one on the side too, sort of as like a workstation over here if they wanted to use this and look at a beautiful view. So let's walk over here. So this will be the den. Okay, there was an ugly built-in bar over here before. I'll try to pull up some befores. And so we tore that bar out, and then we just shaved it up. So this space now will make a really nice den. We'll put some furniture up against that wall, coffee table, TV here, bar stools here. Maybe in that corner over there we'll do some extra seating. I'm not 100% sure yet, or maybe like a walk-up console table or what have you. Downstairs leads to the garage. Upstairs leads to the 3 bedrooms. Downstairs they're working on the laundry cabinetry right now. We'll go down there in a second, but let's head upstairs. Now they're working on the linen closet. So we just took an existing linen closet that was there and we're refacing it with the same veneered wood as the cabinets downstairs. He still has to trim up everything, but once he's trimmed it up, you'll never know that it was an old linen closet to start with. And we're doing big, 12-inch handles on those as well. There's a hall closet. It was perfectly fine, so we left the inside. It has this cool sort of wood look and built in, so we didn't do anything to that. We're just gonna put new doors in the front. There were some ugly mirror doors before. Here's one bedroom. The layer diffusers, new cans, smooth coat, everything. The floors upstairs are perfectly fine, so we're just gonna refinish those to match the downstairs floors. It'll save me a little money. I think I paid about $2.50 a square foot to refinish. My cabinet guys that are here right now finishing up, they built this beautiful closet for me for this junior suite. Light's not working yet, but it is a walk-in closet. Not the biggest, but it is definitely very functional. Here's the hall bathroom. We did a really nice tile. This isn't a Porcelanosa tile, but it looks like one. And I think I get this for about $5 a square foot. It shows really nice though. It looks like a quartz almost, like a real stone. And I used black Schluter trim. All the faucets, the valves and such are all square and black. I believe this set is a Delta. And then the niche, also trimmed off with the windows and everywhere where the tile meets the walls or the walls edges with the Schluter trim. A nice new tile. We have this vanity. It came with the top, but the top was cracked, so now we're gonna do something cool. I'm probably gonna do like a live edge wood and just varnish it with a top mount vessel sink. It should look really fresh when it's all finished. The toilets were good shape. They're Todos, soft close, so we're just gonna clean those up. They were totally fine. We did new floors, gray floors, just 12 by 24s. Very simple. I think it was like $1.20 a square foot. Didn't need to go fancy. They look like concrete. They're nice. Here's the second bedroom. Again, rear diffuser, the cans, all new windows. They're white on the inside and painted black on the outside. New custom closet solution here as well. These doors are going to be black glass. Oh, sorry, it's black framed with glass inside. Really nice. All the interior doors to the bedrooms and the bathrooms are one light glass doors that we're going to be painting gray, dark gray. The floor is going to be stained a very similar color to the cabinetry as well. And then let's check out the master. The master is really what had me sold on this property because it's a beautiful space. It wasn't very functional before. The master had this closet. The entrance was right here. It was very odd though before. There was actually a slider that went off to this side into the other space and a weird like sort of floating. It was just terrible. But the space was here and the bones were here. So we sealed off that side, put a custom closet solution in here, really nice. And then here, we cased the opening, and what we're gonna do is put a barn door here, so it slides left and right. It doesn't take away from the staging space of it. Over here, this is the new window that we added, we extended. And then here is the bed wall, right there. And then we actually are putting sconces over each side of the nightstands, so you'll see where the nightstand will go, and the bed will go in between. And then we have switches to operate those sconces on either side. So when you're in bed, you can breathe. Here's a balcony that goes off of the master to the backyard, to the pool. And then over here, across from the bed, is the TV wall. And so we had everything run Cat 6, the whole shebang, so you could actually watch your security cameras on here and plug in. No nasty wires when the DirecTV comes to install. It's all in one location on the side of the house. And then this would be like a nice chair in the corner there, maybe. Over here would be a great sitting area. So this would be like a sitting room. There's the master bath, and it already had the right sort of locations of where the vanities were and everything else. We're gonna put a barn door here too. So I made sure that It's a one light mahogany barn door, 3 feet, and that's gonna slide to the left. See, look at these views. These are incredible views. It's really beautiful, especially at nighttime. So here's the master bath. The tiles in, the floors are in, the cabinets are in, vessel sinks are in. We chose top mount vessel black sinks with black faucets. The same veneered cabinetry here, white quartz. The mirror was already existing in here, so I just kept it. It was in great shape. I am getting blinds made for the bathrooms, but I did not want to put obscure glass because the views to capture, if I'm taking a shower here, I don't care. You can look at me. You know, if you can see in here, then congrats to you, you know what I mean? But we are gonna put some blinds here because people will ask that question like, hey, how do we take a shower? So everything's filthy right now, but that's what it is. Makeup sort of station over here. We're gonna put some sconces on either side. I'm gonna put a nice big mirror there. I don't know whether round or square yet. The toilet room, we framed in and added a door. And it's gonna be a one light door, so a nice natural light's gonna come through. And let's get to the creme de la creme, okay? So here is the master shower. This, I don't know if this is Porcelanosa, it may be. I know I paid a lot for it, but it's a really beautiful tile and it has a nice wave, and each one sort of meets up on the next. If you see the pattern, it's really beautiful. So what I did here was, this was a shower and a tub, but it was way too tight, both of them. So I just made one big shower for the entire space. And we did some pony walls to hold the glass and to add, you know, niches in the backside. And then I put, you know, I waterfalled the stone right here. So this waterfalls down with the, and this is a really creative technique too. This is just the quartz backsplash that comes with the prefab quartz when you buy it. And so what happens here is I repurpose it and use these for pony walls and thresholds and things like that. And it works perfectly, it really is beautiful. And then so here's the main valve for the shower. We put a rain shower head right in the middle. This valve right here is just for a hand sprayer that we're installing. So when a woman is shaving her legs or you're cleaning up your feet, you get in the shower, that's all there. So the door is gonna open in or out. It's gonna be a double hinge, and the valves are just on the inside for the showers right here. So that way you don't have to get into the shower until you turn on the shower first by reaching in before you jump in and get wet, so you can adjust the temperature and such. So this is a two-way diverter for the main valve here, and then the rain shower head up here. And then we did a little niche down low, and then carried the same material as we used for the flooring into the niche to add a little contrast. And the floating bench that we added, that's some quartz we put on top. It's quite beautiful. And so this property, we're probably about 3 weeks out right now from being finished. Now it's just assembling everything, putting it together. This one also, we put a speaker set in here, a zone, and linear diffusers, one there, one over here, speaker right there too. We'll go downstairs and check out the laundry room and garage. Down here is the laundry room. He's working on the built-in cabinetry right now. Before, this room was closed off. There was literally a door here into the space, which didn't make any sense at all. So now we opened up the space completely. There's going to be a sink right here, wash rinse station, washer and dryer over here. We're going to use a nice tall one so it covers the outlet as well as the water lines and the vents and all that. So, and then we're going to top this with some nice stone, probably some quartz. We just use white melamine up here. That's totally fine. Some uppers along here. Along that back wall, we're putting a hanging rod to hang some clothes with a shelf, so we can put some accessories on top. I'll probably put some baskets or what have you. Down here, I'm going to get like a nice butcher block sort of station right there to put sort of baskets for your dirty clothes and folding stations sort of deal. But it came out really nice. And then you have a coat closet here. And then into the garage. We're going to epoxy the floors here in the garage so they look nice and finished. We put a housing around the water heater that was an eyesore in here, and we're just gonna paint everything white and clean, and you know, it's a garage. The garage door, we put a brand new garage door, very nice. Before, they had a really weird system. You couldn't get an SUV in here. It was really low, and they had it mounted at the bottom of this beam that runs down the center. So it just didn't make any sense, and it wasn't a practical garage. Now you can fit any SUV in here, you have plenty of space. And we put a side mounted motor, if you see it over here, which saves space as well, so it's not hanging right here in the middle and taking up even more space. And then we added a new one. So that's it. So now we're gonna show you some photos from the befores of the property, and keep a lookout for the afters. I'll soon be posting a full thing after it's staged, and you'll see the finished product very soon. Again, thanks for checking us out. Please, you know, favorite us, like us, reach out to us. We'll answer any questions. Remember, design, invest, and repeat.